Hey man, welcome back to Man Time. Today's episode is a commonly asked question. If you ask it, I've asked it, and everybody has at some point asked it, right? So what happens when your chain won't stop spinning on your chainsaw? What are the causes? And we obviously know the effect is the chain won't stop spinning. So some of the causes could be you have too high of an idle. So what do you do there? You've got 3 screws right here on your carburetor. Right, you got an idle screw, it's going to be up there, and then you got a high and low jet, so it's going to be your low jet and your idle setting. And you want to turn your idle screw right here on this one. Turn your idle screw counterclockwise until it slows down enough to stop the chain. It could be that you've turned it all the way out, still nothing's happening. And then on your low jet, you turn that counterclockwise to increase the fuel at low idle. And if you do both of those and the chainsaw is like dying and the chain still isn't stopping, then you probably need to look at your clutch. So a little troubleshooting we can do there, I will show you here. Alright, so let's start our chainsaw, see what's going on. So this chainsaw is just fighting me, right? It's fighting to try to keep that, this is going to be your sprocket, the outer part here, which the clutch releases and sets against. So it's fighting me, and it's running at like a normal idle. So right there, we've identified it's the clutch. Let's pop this open and see what's causing our problem. Alright, let's get you guys zoomed right in here. Alright, so, and welcome to Man Time, by the way. If you find these videos informative, enjoyable, entertaining, go ahead and hit that subscribe or like button. I do stuff like this and fixing all kinds of stuff all the time. Or just running some equipment and running some chainsaws. Alright, so clutch is typically going to be righty loosey or left-hand thread for tightening. Now, I don't typically just make videos because somebody says I have a question, but sometimes I do. But you can see here, like, these springs are loose, right? Like, I don't even need any sort of lever to get these springs to release. So, I went out and I found a new set. Looks like from SawzillaParts.com. Clutch spring fits 056. So, good deal. Alright, so what tools are we going to need for this job? All of them. Like any other job, you just pull out any sort of needle nose type of things that you have. And hopefully one of these will work to get these off of there. And oh, okay. Well, that was easy enough. So I'm just going to do one at a time, and we'll see if this fixes it. But you saw how I did that there. I think we're zoomed in enough. We'll try to do the same thing here, getting this one back in. I think it's going to be easier with it on the saw. I've done this a few times, but I can't remember exactly how I did it, so we'll kind of improvise here and see if we can get them on there with it on the saw. Oh yeah, see, these are much, much tighter. There's a lot of links in that one. There's only 4 in this one. And that's a long stretch there. But we'll try to get it all the way over there. Alright, so I've got this locked in the vise. That should make this a skosh easier. But one way to do it, and with your just needle nose, is kind of get them locked in there so it's not really trying to slip. How much force do you need? All of it. Another thing you can try is maybe some of these really long, like pliers. Okay, that's not really working. I'm gonna get it eventually. Okay, there we go. I made that look way too easy. But after about 5 tries, of course you can make anything look easy, right? Okay, so now I almost want to grip these two, because I really don't want these to extend any. Alright, let's try this next set here. These are actually working pretty good. These are kind of beastie. Let's see here. Maybe I can dig it out. Yeah. So you may need to kind of dig it out first. And with it off of there, you can kind of twist it around the back like that. So, put these in here. A little bit easier with the needle nose for this first one, but then the second one, and I don't know if you're able to see that that last one, but it is, so you can see I've got them kind of locked in there like that, and then there we go. Got that one on the first shot. That doesn't happen all the time. Okay, so now I've got these two locked in the vise, so they're not spreading apart. Because you got those really tight springs and then this loose spring here. So this is the one that's going to kind of want to fight you. As far as like these two are going to want to now spread. There we go. And see if we can get this one in here. Okay, last one. These big needle nose actually work just a delight. And you can see there I'm kind of hooking it in from the outside there, or from the inside. Gotta get it just the right angle so it's kind of like lined up. There we go. Okay. Alright, now you can see our springs are actually actively breaking there. So let's put our clutch back in and see if that doesn't solve our problem. Alright guys, we got our new clutch springs on there. Let's see if it works. We actually barred it up here so we can get a full test on it now. For adjusting your chain, this is how you want it adjusted. You want to be able to have no slack, so it is tight, but also perfectly loose. That's how I adjust my chain. You know, do it however you want, but that's how I do mine. So let's check it out. Ooh. our clutch all adjusted. That's going to do it for Man Time today. Wait a minute. Did you guys want to see this in the wood now that it's all wood ready? Make sure our brake's off. I'm still having to choke it to get it to stop, but we'll see. I need to work on that. That's the first look. Thanks for joining me today on Man Time. Guys, get out there, have you some Man Time too.